is up, amigos? Check it out. I'm back on the slab again, and I'm going to do a little bit of work to this bike right here. Just to cut to the chase, I've been having some issues with this motorcycle cutting in and out, you know, in the middle of rides and stuff like that. So I thought to myself, this is either an ignition problem or a fuel flow problem. So what I've done already to try and diagnose the problem, I had all of this apart and I pulled the fuel line off and turned on the gas, and of course the fuel was pouring out of there. So apparently there is no problem with the petcock or anything coming from the tank. And so another thing I did while I had all that stuff off, pulled this bowl off right here on the carburetor. When I did that, I turned the gas back on with the fuel line, of course, back on the carburetor, and fuel was flowing out into the carburetor, you know, and of course gas went everywhere. So that told me that it has no problem getting fuel into the carburetor. Well, my experience, when you're running out of gas and you're running some aftermarket pipes, you know, basically no baffles, if you're running out of gas and if you're having a problem with not getting enough fuel, you will go to backfiring and stuff like that because it's running out of gas. Well, it wasn't doing any of that. It would just like quit immediately. It would quit and then come back on, and you know, just like it was struggling to start again. What I did is I asked a few friends, you know, what they thought, and I happened to talk to the famous Scooter Tramp Scotty on the phone and told him what was going on, and he told me, yeah, it sounds like it is my ignition. He said he's had those single fire ignitions go out one of two ways. They are cutting in and out, or they just flat out quit. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to ditch this S&S ignition system and install a complete OEM system that would go on an Evo Softail. Now, I already had this whole entire system. I mean, check it out. I've got the ECM, I've got the coil, I've got the sensor that goes down inside the nose cone, and I even freaking have plug wires and stuff like that. Why would I do something like that? Why would I not go and find another S&S ignition system? The reason why I got that is because I've never really trusted aftermarket ignitions. Not to say that they're junk, but you know, I'm a big fan of OEM stuff because they tend to go a lot farther. They tend to last a lot longer. At least that's my experience. You may have a different experience, but my experience says, well, things are designed a certain way for a certain reason. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna ditch that ignition. I'm gonna pull it out and get that in there. I am a little bit intimidated because I've never done this before. If this were the Tramp, it'd be no problem because, you know, I pretty much designed that thing. Next to the Tramp, I believe this is my favorite motorcycle right here, and I tend to want to ride it more when I'm not riding the Tramp over the Electric Glide. Without any further ado, I'm going to get to working on that. I'm just going to have to like update you along the way. All right, so anyway, I'm going to get started. Okay, sounds like the roosters have woken up. Anyway, this is what I've got so far. Got this cover off of here. There's the S&S coil. Here's the pigtail that the ECM would hook to, and it looks like it would sit right here over these holes because that's the bolt hole pattern on the ECM unit, but I don't have the screws to put it in, so I guess it'll just sit there. So let's see what I got. So I guess I'll get these wires off right here. I'm gonna have to reconnect this purple wire back to this original purple wire right here and figure out what to do next. Okay, so I'll see you in the next interval. Okay, I got the bows disconnected from here and I got all my wires off the coil, and I'm guessing that this runs down towards the nose cone, it looks like. Yeah, it runs down here, and here it is right here. So, oh, here it goes. Huh. How about that? Anyway, I'm gonna get to the other side and see if I can get that ignition out. All right, well, I guess it would be helpful to take these screws out too. So, okay, I kind of need two hands right now, so see you in a second. Okay, I got that clip out of the way, so I think if I can just reach up under here. Aha. Check it out. So here we go. We'll just pull this up like that. No, these won't come through the hole, so I guess I gotta cut those off. How about that? That wasn't too hard to take out. Now I guess we'll get to putting the OEM stuff in, but I also got to get that coil off too. Okay, that wasn't too bad to get off. Just a couple of screws that hold it in there. I guess I'll go ahead and put the OE coil in. And one thing I'm kind of not sure about, feel a little intimidated about, well, I'm not sure if all the original wiring is still in here. I guess I should have thought about that before I got started, so maybe I better get to looking to see if I can actually pull this off. Okay, I found some of the original wiring. Found the original pigtail that the sensor button or whatever it is that goes in the nose cone is going to hook to this. This here was powering the coil, and these two wires looks like somebody cut them off, and this OE coil has two posts. So this one goes on one of them apparently, and these two, I guess they go together on this. One thing I want to make sure of, I have a manual on this bike, or on Softails in general. I just want to look at the wiring schematic and make sure I'm not screwing up. I may end up having to add some more wire to this because it looks like they cut it off pretty short. Or maybe it'll, I don't know, maybe it'll fit. We'll see what happens. You know, I can't find my manual. Ever since the garage fell down, my stuff is everywhere, and I don't know where anything is, and I don't feel like looking for it. But, you know, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. A little bit of process of illumination, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure these go to one of the posts at the same time while this one goes on the other post. And on this pigtail right here, if I do like this, I can see the wires. I can see that there's a red, a green, and a black wire. Looking here on this thing right here, I have a red, a green, and a black wire. And the person I bought this from was even nice enough to save this piece for me. These wires go through this little, whatever this is, grommet, connector, whatever, and this will plug into this thing right here. So let's see how difficult this is going to be, because I remember doing this for the Tramp, and this was no easy task, putting these wires where they need to go in, because they go in pretty freaking tight. So I'm going to put this camera down, because I really need two hands to do this. Oh, and like a dummy, I started to get these wires in here, but then I realized that this has to go through the nose cone first. So I'm glad I didn't break anything. So I'm gonna get this into the nose cone, then start getting this connector put together. So let's try and do that. Okay, let's see if all of that wiring harness will go through this hole without a whole lot of trouble. I guess I just squeeze them together like that. Oh yeah, it's going through. There it goes. Well, I need two hands again. Boom, it's in there. Now all I gotta do is get these screws in there. I think I wanna take a screwdriver and rotate this thing, because it's pretty well advanced that way. So I need to turn it this way, I guess. Kind of guess the timing would be about like that. All right, like that. Do it like that. There we go. If this thing actually runs, I'll tune it by ear or whatever, and then ride it, and then make another video as far as how to do static timing. But that's it. Well, that isn't it. But anyway, now let's see if I can get these wires connected. And it made life a little easier to fish that wire up where it needs to go by taking this off. So now I get to put that plug adapter on this piece right here, and gotta fish it to the harness over there. And ta-da! Got the wires in there, got them in the right order, and now they're ready to go onto this pigtail right here. There it is, all hooked up. I'm not gonna put this chrome piece on just yet. I wanna put everything else together. So I guess the next order of business, put this on, hook it up, hook the battery up, hook up the ECM, hook up the VOS, I guess we'll see what happens after that. Okay, now for the moment of truth. But let me show you what all I got. I've got my coil on here. I've got my wires hooked to it. I probably could have done this a little bit better. Maybe they could have gone in the same butt connector or wire connector, whatever you call it. Got my plug wires hooked up. Got the ECM hooked in. Got the battery in. And also, I'm just guessing, just by the witness marks on this plate, I advanced this just a little bit more. I don't have much confidence in myself with this, but let's see what happens. Let's turn the key. We'll see what happens. The trusty missus, who is right here, didn't want to be seen on camera because she's, you know how ladies are.
It's the weekend.
It's the weekend. She's not in her best, her opinion, best, prettiest. But anyway, she's going to hold the camera for me, and let's see if it's a victory or a humiliation. There you go. All right, I'm going to turn the key on, turn the gas on, pull the choke out. Here goes nothing. And that's exactly what we got. We got nothing. Let's see what I did wrong. Okay, I think I know what I did wrong. This came with the ignition kit or the ignition set or whatever, and apparently this goes onto the coil. The red wire goes on one side, and as you can see, we got two wires into one connection here. So what I had was a red and a white together on one post and a white on the other post. So maybe that's my problem. So there I went ahead and redid it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, anyway, the missus is inside, so she'll be right out to hold the camera for you guys. Okay, the missus is here. So again, probably here goes nothing. I don't know. I probably made a big mistake trying to do this, but let's see what happens. All right. Hey, look at that! Ain't that something? Woohoo! I guess it'll run. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of this stuff back together. You know, the seat, the chrome pieces, clean up my mess, and let's see if it runs any different as far as performance. Woohoo! Wow! I'm really surprised this really works. I guess the reason why I'm surprised is because I'm the one that did it. But wow, this is pretty cool. At least I know the ignition works, but I guess setting this static timing will be for another video or something like that. But this is just way freaking cool. I'm so happy to know that this setup works. There's got to be something said about OEM equipment, you know. I think this is just as good. I mean, the ECMs don't go out all the time. I mean, the one on the Tramp went out, I had to replace it. But they're usually pretty good though. I mean, they definitely last a heck of a lot longer than a single fire ignition system that's aftermarket. At least that's my observation. I mean, every time I'm at scooters and somebody comes in with ignition problems, it's always because they've got an aftermarket ignition. I'm not saying they all go out, but it's very common that they do. And I thought maybe S&S would be a little bit better. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, I don't know. Everything breaks, you know, so, oh well. But I'm really glad to know that this thing is doing great. In fact, the vibration isn't as much as 70 miles an hour. I just looked down to see how fast I was going. I thought I was only doing 55. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn around over here. It even idles differently. Well, this is pretty cool. Only other thing left to do is set my static timing, but like I said, it's another video. I did make a video about how to set your static timing on an iron head, and it's pretty much the same scenario. The only difference with electronic ignition, you're not looking for the spark on your points because you don't have points, but you'll be looking for the spark on your spark plug when you go to rotate that little timing thing down in the nose cone. Anyway, I don't know what that's called. But that's that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and hit a thumbs up if you already like what you've seen, okay? And I really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll have something else to come up with. In other words, I have no idea what I'm going to film next, but I will try to keep it interesting. So as always, you guys keep the rubber side down, and you be good to yourselves, and thanks a lot.